we're going to go ahead and admit all of the federal employees that are waiting and go ahead and kick off our meeting. And hopefully the remaining charities will join us here shortly. Okay.
Okay. All right, gang, we're going to get started in just a minute. Just some quick housekeeping things, if you would. If you're not one of the speakers, please put yourself on mute so you could listen intently. And to block out the background noise, we're not sure how many folks are going to be joining today, but we've got a combination of CFC certified charities and federal employees. So did everybody make it in from the waiting room, Antonia?
Everybody is in that was waiting so far.
All right, super. Well, I'll go ahead and get started. So welcome to the Cause Week Convo. My name is James Kernan. Today I'm joined with my co-hosts Marty Lawrence and Antonia Gonzalez. So each week during the campaign, we have a unique cause. And this week's cause is a very special one. It's Children and Family Services. Now, we all know the physical, emotional, and social development of a child has a direct impact on their overall development and future well-being. Children and Family Services play a vital role in achieving effective outcomes from emotionally and physically strained family circumstances. Today, we're joined with, I believe, 8 charities here that will share a little bit more about who they are and what they do, and all fall inside this special cause. And again, we're also joined with other federal employees throughout 11 different zones. As far west is Alaska and out into the central time zone as well. So before we get started, I'm going to hand the floor back over to Marty and Antonia to tell us a little bit more about the CFC and how to give.
Thank you, James. Appreciate that. We're going to go through and take a look at our giving site. What Marty has on the screen for you right now is the giving site for federal employees to go in and create an account. And this is where you'll actually make your pledge to give to any of the number of charities that participate in the combined federal campaign. And so if you go into the account, Marty, can you actually log out and show the main screen before we're actually logged in? I know you're having a little difficulty logging in a minute ago, so hopefully we'll be able to get back in.
Get right back in.
But this is the main giving site. So if you already have an account, all you need to do is put your email address, password, and sign in. If you do not have an account, then you'll want to click on sign up now, and it'll take you through all of the steps to do that initial sign up. You will want to do your sign up under a personal email address, not your government email address, because it is a 2-step process. You'll do the initial, the little bit of information that it's asking you to get started, but then it will send you a PIN. And once you receive that PIN, then that's when you'll finish up the sign up process. So Marty, let's go ahead and try to sign in now. Okay, great. So this is what your, once you've created your account, this is what your platform will look like. And so you've got several different options here. You've got your pledge, and that's what you have pledged to for this year. You have the transaction history. So if you already have an account, you'll be able to pull that up at any point and take a look at any of the pledges you've made in the past campaigns and what organizations you gave to. Your payment sources, whether it's your payroll deduction that you're doing, or if you're like a federal contractor like James, Marty, or myself, you can give through your bank draft or a credit card. Tax receipts are in here, but the next thing that we want to take a look at is profile settings. So Marty, if you can go and click on profile settings. Right here is where you are going to set up your department, agency, office structure. If your coordinators have already identified a 6-digit CFC code and provided that to you, all you need to do is type that information in right there, and your DAO will automatically populate for you. If they haven't, then you'll just go through our little drop-down menus here. You'll select your department, and then you'll select the agency that. So yeah, go ahead and select your department there, Marty. And then your agency, it'll provide, it'll kind of narrow down as you select each department agency. And then after you select your agency, then you'll go through and select your office, and then it'll automatically provide you with what your CFC code is. The only other piece of information that you need to make sure that you enter in here is the primary work location zip code. If you do not enter that piece of information in, then your pledge will actually go into an unassigned field and won't actually be showing up in any of the reporting here in your local zone. So make sure that you please put that zip code into your in your profile when you get everything set up. And you can always go and make sure that you edit your profile all the way through the end of the campaign. Okay. All right, so we are done with that process. So we'll go ahead and get started with our first speaker. So we're just following our list for you charities who are on the list that the email that I sent out. We're going to kind of go in order according to that. Our first speaker is going to be Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metropolitan Chicago. Your CFC code is 67670, and we have Kate Rhodes speaking on behalf of that organization. Kate, are you available?
I am. Good afternoon, and thank you for having us. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metropolitan Chicago is an affiliate of the oldest, most respected mentoring organization in the US. So we are a mission-driven organization that provides high-quality, one-to-one mentoring services currently to over 2,300 children throughout Metro Chicago and their families. And for us, Metro Chicago includes Cook County, DuPage, Lake County, Illinois, as well as Northwest Indiana. And so I know there's many of you tuning in from all parts of the country. So I would encourage you to look up your local Big Brothers Big Sisters. There's likely an affiliate near you. There are about 200 affiliates across the country. However, we all operate independently. And again, Big Brothers Big Sisters, we make meaningful, monitored, and fully supported matches between adult volunteers, whom we call bigs, and the children whom we refer to as littles. And so together this pair makes a match. So that's some of the language we use. Littles join us as early as age 7 and stay in the program through their high school graduation, regardless of age. And so today, as we all know, children in our program are facing some of society's most pressing challenges, whether that's poverty, exposure to crime, violence, and other devastating traumas. This one-to-one relationship with an adult outside of their home counters a variety of barriers with opportunity, giving children a positive influence, and giving the parents a system of support. We've always said that we support the whole family, and we've seen that, like many of us have, these past 8 months has been more critical to those families in our program. And so currently there are thousands here in Chicago alone, thousands of children who are on a waiting list, waiting to be matched with a big brother or big sister. So families continue to reach out to us, and it's our mission to say yes. And so the combined federal campaign and certainly our federal employees help us to be able to answer that call and do just that. Your gifts every month help us to make these life-changing matches. And so we are incredibly thankful to you for your support of our work, as well as your investments in our mission. And we look forward, we love sharing stories. That's the best part, is getting to know each of these matches and being able to share that story back to you. so that you can see the direct impact of the gifts that you're making every month. And then just finally, I would leave you with, the thought of volunteering. If it ever crossed your mind to be a big, I encourage you to pursue that. Or if you know anybody who would make a great big brother or big sister, we'd love to chat and continue to get to know you in that way as well. So again, many thanks to the campaign and for making this possible. Oh, I see somebody just popped up. They are a big, so cheers. We'll find a way for you to tell your story sometime.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kate. We appreciate you. And just a reminder, in case anybody logged in just a few minutes after, we are recording this just to let you know, and we'll be putting this out on our YouTube channel for any federal employees to view at their convenience. And again, if you have any questions as we're going through that you think of, please put them in the chat. Our charities will respond to you, and we'll actually have time during the session today where James will open it up for anybody to provide any or to actually ask questions and unmute themselves. And so we'll go ahead and go into our second charity, Boys and Girls Clubs of South Central Alaska. CFC code is 85748. And we have Lauren Hughes on with us. Are you on with us, Lauren?
I am.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much for having us. The Boys and Girls Club of South Central Alaska serves 25 clubs statewide, and 15 of these clubs are not on a road system at all, and they require a full day's travel to reach them. So traditional subsistence-based communities in Alaska often lack a lot of the infrastructure of more developed communities in Alaska. And what this means is the further north and west, the more challenges are faced by families. Challenges like running water, clubhouses with indoor plumbing, but doing whatever it takes to help kids reach a great future is really what our mission is all about. So it's no matter the challenges we face here in Alaska, locations that are only reached by small aircraft or by boat. We often fly in supplies or barge them out. Understanding that it's 1,000 miles between our northernmost and southernmost club, for instance, hasn't stopped us from serving 8,000 youth last year and holding a national standard of engaging teens at 23%, which is again the national standard. So we're holding the bar here in Alaska and really ensuring that kids are growing up in the clubs. And that's been a long-standing challenge to keep them engaged through those tough teen years, but we've been doing it successfully. And 98% of our teens are on track to graduate on time. And basically, so Boys and Girls Clubs of South Central works really hard on a bunch of different programs like academic success, good character and leadership, healthy lifestyles. But embracing the culture of Alaska is also one of our biggest priorities. So that means a lot of times our education looks a little bit more like a salmon derby in the summer, or a traditional fish camp, drumming, making drums and doing dance, berry picking, and even teaching kids to skin a seal. These are all things that in Alaska are really important for our rural communities to understand in order to survive successfully traditionally and on a national level to have those competencies. So thank you so much for allowing me to speak, and federal employees, thank you for supporting us every month. It's made a huge difference in our ability to impact these kids in Alaska. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much and all the work that you guys do. And I am going to actually be dipping off. I have another meeting that I have to do, a CFC presentation for one of my agencies here in North Texas. So James and Marty will be running the show from here. Thank you all so much. Thank you, James.
You bet. Thanks, Antonia. And thank you, Lauren. What a great cause that is. So our third charity today is the I-80 Omaha Cosmopolitan Club in Zone 12. Go Zone 12. And Mr. Bob Kipling. Bob, are you with us?
I am. There we go. Just have to unmute.
Hey, Bob, welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Kipling, and I'm a member of the Omaha I-80 Cosmopolitan Club. We believe in action, service, and unity. Each year, our organization we organize successful fundraisers in the Omaha, Nebraska area and use the proceeds to help the following. We support the Corn Belt Diabetes Connection Mobile Diabetes Clinic, it's a lot of words, in conjunction with the Methodist College of Nursing. We also provide scholarships for 2 local diabetes camps. One is Camp Hot Shots, which is a 3-day day camp for diabetic children ages 6 to 11, and Camp Floyd Rogers, a week-long overnight camp for those ages 10 to 18. Our local chapter of JDRF, which now covers the states of Iowa and Nebraska, 100% of our funds goes to fight diabetes. We also have 2 members who run a new type 1 diabetes focus group to help others out when they have questions and can't get answers from others. As part of our organization's mission, we contribute to our community well-being through charitable donations and volunteer service, excuse me, for institutions such as Heartland Hope Mission and the Salvation Army. So what is diabetes? You have basically 3 categories. You have type 1, where the body produces little to no insulin. Shots or an insulin pump are required. You have type 2, where the body produces some insulin, maybe insulin intolerant, just to fight it. However, not enough to keep up with the conversion of food. In a case like that, diet and exercise is used to try and treat it. An oral medication may be prescribed, and if necessary, even an small insulin dosage to better control it. The third is gestational, a form of type 2 diabetes that may disappear, or it may stay type 2 or become type 1 after birth. We'd like to thank the CFC for allowing the Omaha I-80 Cosmopolitans to participate. We encourage you to contribute to our campaign. Our CFC number is 69344, and I will put up on the chat screen a Facebook video that our club has made. I think you'd enjoy it. Thank you.
All right. Great job, Bob. Thank you for sharing. Okay. And Bob, when you can, go ahead and drop your contact info and the name of the club and the CFC number up in chat as well. And Lauren and Kate, please do the same so everybody can easily see that. So our next charity here, we've got the Youth Mental Health Project with Linda Snowgross. Linda, are you with us today? If you're here,
I apologize.
There we go. There we go.
So first of all, Martin, thank you for having me, because I really feel privileged to be here to talk to the federal employees, all you out there. Thank you for showing up and coming. I think what you're doing is really wonderful, supporting organizations like our organization. And I want to tell you a little about it. The Youth Mental Health Project is a grassroots nonprofit organization whose mission is to educate, empower, and support families and communities to better understand and care for the mental health of our youth. But today, I really want to focus on a program that's critical in today's times that, with your help, last year we were able to expand. We have something called the Parent Support Network, which is our cornerstone program. We started out of the Founder's Kitchen with other parents who had children with mental health challenges. And then we expanded to 10 different locations in person. And it's unique in that it's a parent-to-parent support group. It is not run by professionals. We all meet together where we can exchange resources, but more importantly, I mean, that is important, but more importantly, understand that we're not alone, because as we're going to learn today, there are many services for mind and body, for mental wellness and the physical body. And it's critical that every part of our body is supported. And we serve the parents, obviously, but we serve the parents who do have children with mental health challenges. And sometimes, you know, just like if you're diabetic, sometimes you're even, sometimes you're not. But anyway, so what exactly is, to get more in detail, I did tell you about the peer-to-peer, and in the meetings, we do have a trained facilitator who, you know, helps the meeting and gives people, all of us give people the social and emotional tools to better support ourselves and our children in the community. And as I said, we share our resources. And I have to say, I want to thank I like to be sure, you know, I want to thank the CFC for having me today, but having all of us so you all can learn about the different organizations that are supporting people in our country and the people abroad. This year, we did start a virtual support group with your help, and we were planning on doing it in 2021, but because of COVID, we did expand. So now we're in 46, we've reached people in 46 states, 3 territories, and also military bases abroad. That's really where we need your help, is to support these. Anyway, again, thank you so much. And I hope you learn about more organizations and support them through the CFC. Thanks. And I'll put my,
Great.
thank you.
You bet. Thanks, Linda. Great job. If you could put your CFC number up in the chat when you have a second.
Will do.
Appreciate you and what you do. So our next one is Miss Sarah Hugenberg from Kosair Charities.
All right, thank you all so much for having me. My name is Sarah. I'm here with Kosair Charities, and we are a local organization based in Kentucky that serves kids and families in Kentucky and Southern Indiana. We want to make sure that all of our kiddos have everything they need to grow up happy, healthy, and safe. And we've been doing this for almost 100 years. We have a wide variety of programs, from helping families pay their children's medical bills to forming grant partnerships to those folks who are doing the work on the ground to serve children and families. But what I want to talk to you all about today is one of our signature programs. It's called the Face It Movement, and it is a movement to end child abuse and neglect. And even though I'm located in Kentucky, these are resources that are available for anyone. I'll share the website, but unfortunately, Kentucky is #1 in incidences of child abuse and neglect. Indiana is #2. And those are striking statistics. And as the COVID-19 pandemic continues, we're seeing that nationally, child abuse incidences are being very much underreported because kids aren't interacting with trusted adults at school or through extracurricular activities. They're stuck at home, and stress is high right now, as many of us have experienced. So the Face It movement is dedicated to making sure that parents, teachers, caregivers, families, and children have the resources they need to recognize abuse, speak up, and intervene when that's important and necessary. So our website is faceItabuse.org, and that is a big part of Kosair Charities and our grant programming. And if you need any resources or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. I'll put that in the chat too. There's a lot of very simple, accessible steps for parents and kids in terms of conflict de-escalation, to helping calm down situations, to knowing when you need to just take a beat, take a breath, you know, being at home and things like that. And because of the CFC, we are able to fund vital programming like that. And we're seeing really positive results. We have almost 200 organizations who are doing trainings through our Face It movement and Kosair Charities. We've trained almost 8,000 caregivers across the state. So we're seeing, you know, really wonderful reception to this. And hopefully we are working to end child abuse and neglect, as well as help parents and kids stay safe, stay healthy and happy, especially during this challenging time. So if you all have any questions or if I can be of any help, please let me know. Our CFC number is 56023, and I'll throw some of that information down in the chat as well. But because of your support, we're able to enact this important programming. So thank you again for having myself and all the charities who are dedicating their time and energy to helping our kids and families.
Great. Awesome job, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. So let me just chime in real quick. I just want to share some interesting information. Sarah kind of hinted at this as well, but I was on a charity workshop just it was actually just yesterday. It feels like it's been a week ago, but we had over 100 charities that were part of the workshop, and it was really interesting, some of the questions that we talked about. But one thing that you'll see is as so many people have suffered in 2020, and the demand for the value charities like you have gone up considerably. And the good news is our generous federal employees in that community, our donations are actually up so far this year compared to where they were last year by almost 50%. So I think everybody sees that need, and we just have to get out there and really re-communicate that. But I'm sure all of you here today that are charities are seeing a big uptick in demand for your services. So thank you again for being here today. So let me jump over to our next charity. I think we've got St. Louis Torchbearers, Miss Velma Bailey. Velma, are you with us? I don't remember seeing you on here. All right, I'll circle back to Velma in just a minute. I don't see her here. Okay, so why don't we jump over next? The next one is Mariel Black from Legnade Children's Fund, who's a national charity. Mariel, are you with us? No? All right. All right, Mariel. All right, I don't see you on here. So I think the last one we had was Myra Jones. I know Myra's on. We chatted with her earlier. Myra is with Love Ministries out of North Texas. Myra, I'll hand the floor off to you. Go ahead, please. Oh, Myra, you're on mute. There we go.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you very much. It is so great to be here and to be able to thank the CFC for supporting Love Ministries down through the years. Our CFC code is 17920, and we are located in Dallas, Texas, and we serve inner city young people, their families, and just the community at large. So we have several programs that we work with. We work in South Dallas and West Dallas, and we are called to build young leaders with integrity who will become productive citizens, equipped to reach back and help others. So we're helping them, and we train and teach them to help others. So we have a Reach Up, what we call Reach Up program, and that's our children ages 3 through our teenagers and our young adults. And then we have a Power Talks program that reaches out to teenagers 13 to 19 years of age. We have a college program where we are working with our juniors and seniors in high school, trying to make sure that they are equipped and ready to apply, to attend, and to graduate from college. So 81% of our high school graduates that are enrolled in Love Ministries go on to attend college. And then we have 95% of our children and teenagers who are in our services are doing well and on the track to do better in school. And so we have several programs along with those. We do camps every year. And since this year, we're not able to do our camps and a lot of the outdoor activities that we do with our kids to keep them engaged, we're trying to combat juvenile delinquency. So we have to put programs in place for that. But we have a YouTube live program that we do now during this time for our children and our teenagers, and we do dance with them, all kinds of dance. We do country, we do line dance, we do, you name it, we do it, and the kids enjoy it. We've incorporated a radio program for our teen moms and for our single moms. It's called Every Heart, Every Woman. This program is on every Sunday at 100.7 FM. And we have speakers that come on to talk to the young mothers, and we encourage them to increase their education and to do well and to be able to help their children with their homework. Every week on Zoom during the pandemic, we meet with our children and our teenagers. And so we're doing lessons with them. We do integrity lessons. We do help them, we mentor them, we tutor them. And the whole goal is to build them up so that they can do well in school, even at this time. And so we're doing now, preparing for a Thanksgiving celebration. We do celebrations with them all during the year. We're preparing for a drive-by celebration with them come this Sunday, the 22nd. And then at Christmas time, we prepare gifts for all of our kids. We have anywhere from 300 to 500 young people that we're working with. And so we make sure each one receives a nice gift for Christmas. And as all of the other charities have expressed, donors have been very, very generous. And so we are truly thankful for that. We do need volunteers if you're in the Dallas area or if you live here to be a part of what we're doing.
Oh, he called you
And
anyway,
so-
even though I told him to wait till 3. But that's
I'm sorry. Could you put yourself on mute? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Myra.
So anyway, that's our goal to develop the young people and to we also feed on Sunday afternoons. We're doing lunches for them and trying to make sure that they have what they need so that they're ready to do well in school. And so if you have any questions for us, please chat them and we will do our best to answer them for you. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Great job, Myra. Just a friendly reminder, if all the charities, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and put your information and CFC number out in chat for everybody to make it easy for them to find you. And that 5-digit code is really important because that's how we designate the pledges, whether you're pledging your time, volunteer time, or you're pledging dollars. We need that 5-digit code on your online pledge form or your physical pledge form. So we've got a little bit of time open still. Does anybody that's on the call, does anybody have any questions for any of us here with McGuire about the CFC or to any of the charities that spoke today? Does anybody have any questions? You can either unmute yourself and speak or go ahead and just type them in the chat box and we'll try to take a look up here in the chat and ask them out loud. Marty, did you see any other questions that we didn't answer already?
Thanks for asking, James. I didn't. And I really do appreciate everyone that is doing what we can to creatively connect with our children and families during this incredibly challenging time. And James and I spoke earlier about how inspired we are by the work you're doing to continue to press in and figure this out. None of us could have imagined that we could feel connected virtually, but we are able to, and it is worth the effort. And so thank you so much for what you're doing and for sharing this opportunity to care and show compassion with our federal community.
Absolutely. Thanks, Marty. Well said. A question came in from Victoria, and this is a question for Myra. The question is, Myra, how do you find the kids?
Okay, yes, I was just answering that in the chat.
Okay.
Our kids are out in the community, and what I didn't say at the beginning this time was that a lot of our children are products of single parent homes or one or both of their parents are incarcerated. So we're out in the community. We talk to the children. They come into the program. There's no cost for the program, and we feed them in the program. And parents actually bring their kids because we also have an anger management program, and a lot of the young people have anger issues and they don't know why. And so when they come into our program, we work with them, we love on them. And so parents pass the word. And that's basically how we get the young people that we work with. When they start with us, they stick with us and they pass the word.
Great. Okay, any other questions from anybody? Okay. All right, I don't see anything else, Marty. So with that, I guess the meeting is adjourned. We're going to go ahead and we'll render the recording and put it up on our YouTube channel. So for any of you that listened in today, if you want to share this with any of your coworkers, it will be available on the YouTube channel. It's CFC-McGuire Inc. And you can find yourself up there. So I want to thank everybody for attending today. A good turnout. Again, we do these every week, Tuesday at 12 Central Standard Time. Based on the cause of the week, we'll have charities that fall into that cause, and hope to see some of you next week. And again, the charities that were with us today, thank you so much for what you do. I love this cause. It's one of my favorites. So thank you, and have a great rest of the week, everybody, okay? All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.